moving on to multiplication now, we're nearly there. And if anyone wants the extra information, there is a section on the website with the calculation policy on there. Again, children use lots of cubes and number grids to try and help them with all their understanding of maths. I'm just looking at the abstracts really. We're moving on to trying to use a grid method, which I'm sure lots of children have come home talking about. And it's quite simply, this is using the partitioning. So having a look at splitting the 35 into 30 and 5, multiplying them both by 7. So 7 multiplied by 30, well we know 7 3s are 21, so 7 30s must be 210, 7 5s are 35. When we put those two together, you end up with 245. And that's your answer for that. This can be extended to 2 digits multiplied by 2 digits. So we could have 18 multiplied by 13. So there's my 18. Here's my 13. 10 times 10 is 100. 10 times 8 is 80. 10 times 3 is 30. 3 times 8 is 24. Then trying to add up what's in every box. So it looks like 234. Next one. Moving into column multiplication now, which again, parents will be used to seeing from when they were at school, I think. 32 times 4. And to start with, children may write down the side what they are doing each time. So 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 30, not 4 times 3, is 120. Next bit they would look to do is 20 times 2. Really encouraging them to see that as 20, not 2. 20 times 2 is 40, and 20 times 30, which is 600. Then adding up what we've got here to get 8, 6, and 7. Moving on to 4 digits, and year 6 get 2 marks for these sort of questions. 1,342 multiplied by 18. This is the standard long multiplication. 2 times 8 is 16. 4 times 8, 32, add 1, 33. 3 times 8 is 24, add 3 is 27. 1 times 8 is 8, and the extra 2 is 10. Then, because we're multiplying by 10 now and not 1, pop in a 0 here. 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 3 is 3, and 1 times 1 is 1. Add our two totals together, 6, 5, 11, 4, and 2. 24,156. And that's it for multiplication. Okay, moving on to division. Lots of our children talk about fact families, which is something that came from our big math scheme. So if we know that 3 times 4 equals 12, 4 times 3 must equal 12, and likewise 12 divided by 4 equals 3, and 12 divided by 3 equals 4, sorry. Using times tables rock stars, the children are doing lots of division, and hopefully now they're seeing the link between multiplication and division. Short division, 81 divided by 3. Divided by 3. Sometimes this is called the bus stop method because it looks a little bit like a bus stop. How many 3's go into 8? 2. Remainder 2. How many 3's make 21? Is 7. So here, again, slightly larger. 432. divided by 5. How many 5s make 4? 0. Remainder 4. How many 5s make 43? 8. Remainder 3. And how many 5s make 32? Is 6. That only reaches 30, so we've got 2 left over. Quite often children will write remainder 2, but as they get into year 5 and 6, they will need to record it as a fraction. The remainder 2, and that becomes the denominator. Long division. We have a little code here, DMSB. Sometimes children remember that by saying dad, mum, sister, brother, or do McDonald's sell burgers is another one. But this just links to division, multiplication, subtraction, and bring it down. So an example for this would be for, say, 4,853 divided by 23. Now, obviously children don't know the 23 times tables, so they need to make a list of these here. And a nice way to do that is to partition and get the 20 in 3 and go up in 20s here. And count up in 3s. You only have to go up to 9 times really. So here we've got 123 is 23, 2 23s is 46, and so on. So just bringing those together. So 4 23s would equal 92 here. So we'll come on to this in a minute when we need to. How many 23s make 4 is obviously 0, remainder 4. How many 23s make 48? So this is the division. 48 divided by 23 is 2. Then the M section for multiplication, 2 times 23 is 46. So that's the dad and the mum bit done. Moving on to sister is subtraction. So 48 take away 46 is 2. And bringing it down, bring this digit down, and now we're working with 25. So 25 divided by 23 equals 1. Multiplication, 1 times 23 equals 23. Subtraction, 25 take away 23 is 2. And bringing it down, the digit 3. 23 divided by 23 is 1. It's a nice easy one there. Okay, and that's it for division. Okay, just to finish off with just a few little extra tips that we've picked up over the years. Looking at doubling and halving, the children may look to double 23 for example, and think about what double 20 is. Well, that's 40. What's double 3? That's 6. And put them together. That can also work for halving as well. So what's half of 80? It's 40. What's half of 6? It's 3. So half 86 is 43. Just a different way to represent it. Something, again, from big maths, we use something called a coin card. So we think about the coins that we can use. We've got a 1p coin, 2p coin, 5, 10, 20, and 50. And it might work for, let's say, 23 times table. This can help with division. So 1 times 23 is 23. 2 times 23 is 46. Having a look at 10 times 23 might be 230. That will help us with what 5 times 23 is, because we can half this now by 115. And 20 times 23, we can use our knowledge of what 10 multiplied by 23 is. Double this. And to find 50 multiplied by 23, well, I might use what this represents and increase that by 10. Okay, moving on to multiplying by 10 and 100, dividing by 10 and 100. Lots of people, when we were younger, would say just put a 0 on the end, put two zeros on the end. That's fine, but it doesn't work for, say, 1.1 multiplied by 10. That doesn't make it 10 times bigger. So we ask the children to move the digits 1 place to the left for multiplying by 10, 2 places to the left for multiplying by 100, and when dividing by 10, moving things 1 place to the right, and dividing by 100, moving the digits 2 places to the right. 9 times tables, a little trick here, you can use your fingers. So if it was 3 times 9, put your third digit down, you've got 2 tens and 7 units here. 6 times 9, 6 digit down is 54. And basically just encouraging lots of practice with percentages, fractions, decimals, any little problems they can solve at home, maybe setting the table with cutlery, counting up and down stairs. But yeah, decimals, percentages and fractions, we find that is a huge area when it comes to year 6. So 50% is the same as a half, is the same as 0.5, 25% the same as a quarter, and 0.25 and so on. Hope that's been useful. Any questions, please ring the school, or again, look on the website for the calculation policy. Thank you very much.